You touched on your childhood, moving 11 times in 7 years or whatever. I think you came from a broken family. Your parents separated at an early age.
Yeah, I was 7 when my parents split up.
Yeah,
It did have a profound effect on me. Mum went looking for love in all the wrong places. But
yeah,
look, I didn't have the worst childhood, Gary, compared to others. But I listened to a renowned coach in a seminar describe his trauma of his dad berated him one time for having a go at hitting nails into a block of wood. And he wanted to be like his dad, of course. And his dad ripped over after he hit his finger and just tore him to shreds. And that later on led to him feeling that he had a really low self-worth, and later on became suicidal, and then became this fairly renowned coach. And I was listening to him talk about that, and it really made me understand that trauma and our childhood influence on our later life can't be, there's no comparison. It's just very relative.
yep,
So I didn't have the worst childhood, but when mum went looking for love in all the wrong places and led us as a family into family violence, and one particular man was a very violent alcoholic,
yeah,
and I watched him traumatize mum, beat mum, and after one night, they were arguing and screaming at each other. And I remember we were living in a very small, tiny 3-bedroom house, uh, and she screamed at him, "I wish you'd go and kill yourself." And we're listening to the whole thing. I just heard him storm through the house and slam the back door.
yep,
And I knew obviously he's walking to the backyard, so I was looking out of my bedroom window from my bed, and our backyard was lit up by a street light just outside our back fence, so I could see everything he was doing, everything that was going on. And he went into the shed and grabbed a length of rope. He scaled the woodyard, and he strung himself up under a large ghost gum tree in our backyard. And I watched him hang himself. His body was swinging limp, and
yep,
went into fight or flight mode, screamed through the kitchen, yelling at mum, "He's done it, he's done it." Gone through and unfortunately grabbed the bluntest knife in the kitchen and scaled the woodyard, and was trying to cut him down. And mum was there holding him up and trying to take the pressure off his neck. And we finally got him down, and mum was able to revive him. We saved his life that night. And later on in my young adulthood, I became the product of that trauma. And learned to box, and then I had not just the anger, I had a means to use that, and I became very good at boxing. I was in the ring at about 11 or 12 years old. So we've got this meshing of my childhood trauma, and then the impact that had on me as a young man, and into my young adulthood. So yeah.
Well, yeah, a situation like that, and it's remarkable the impact your childhood and different events have on you, and the shaping of the person you are. But living in an environment like that, it can't have been nice. And I appreciate the fact, and this very much comes out in the research I've done about yourself, that you're not holding your childhood upbringing as a reason that you went off the tracks, and you own everything that's happened in your life. But I think you'd have to acknowledge something like that is not what the average child is going to experience, or hopefully the average child's not going to experience.